right over here by the roadway. Just getting my gear situated. And just before I start really venturing more into the woods, just kind of gathering myself together. And I always look around in these campsites. This very campsite right here, we've had activity right here in camp. Me and Fred, back in 2013, we've had some activity right here. We were camped at right over here by these two trees. Our tents were beside each other right here by these two trees. Campfire, we were sitting outside of a campfire at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night or so. Got whooped at. Whatever whooped at us was right here, probably about where I'm standing, because Fred's Jeep was parked right here at the time, and whatever it was on the other side of the Jeep. That's how close it was. Me and my daughter, we were camping here, right here about where I'm standing is where our tent was set up, facing out towards the roadway. And I was actually making a field video off of my phone that I had at the time, and right in the middle of what I was saying, a tree knock right over here down by the creek, maybe between the creek and where we were camping, right, probably inside the tree line. It was probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Clear as could be. Nice, clear, crisp knock. It just pretty much stopped me in my, in the middle of my discussion, or Greg Corbin, him and his son, they were camping at the other spot that's over here next to us, which it goes back a little further. It goes to a clearing. They've seen eye shine. They've caught movement, of a subject running through here. Now, to give you another idea of how this connects to other activity, our main camp spot that we camp at all the time is about a quarter of a mile around the corner here. You can get there through the woods right here. We've had activity right, this is where a lot of the activity happens down there. So this whole area, this is kind of like a backyard almost. Front yard's down that way. But it's telling you, it's very heavily, the activity happens around here. There's a cluster of activity that happens in this whole general area. Yeah, there's other spots where I've had witnesses and reports of sightings and other things in this out here general area, but there's sections of this woods, of this national forest, that I have broken up into zones. And trust me, I'm paying attention. Over the years, I've narrowed it down to a couple tight areas. So, and it's approaching that time of year. It's about hunting season this time of year. So we're just trying to be careful. This area has had a lot of rain. A lot of rain. And one of the things I'm watching very carefully here for is tracks and impressions. It's quiet out here right now. Quiet. I think it's a good day to be out here squatching, which basically that's what I'm doing. What is squatching? Think about that for a second. What is squatching? What is bigfooting? Everybody has their own opinion. There ain't no wrong answer to this, but I'll share mine here in a little bit. Alright, should have had enough time to think about what is squatching. I mean, think about what's squatching to you. Well, let me tell you what squatching is to me. Of course, there is no wrong answer. Squatching, basically getting out and enjoying nature, learning nature, observing nature, and just taking it all in. To me, this is squatching. Observing and taking notice of what we normally don't see. Alright, I need to explain that. What we normally don't see. What we normally don't see is already in front of us. We just haven't noticed it. We haven't physically seen it with our own eyes. We've been ignoring it all this time. What are we ignoring? What are we not looking at? The evidence, the tracks, the sounds. Most importantly, nature in general. Because you know what? A lot of people, when they get out in the woods, Bigfooting, they forget what it's all about. They forget about why we're out in the woods. We gather ourselves. We learn. You know, we take. You know, the stress leaves our body, and we're in this world out here that we've forgotten about. It's peaceful, quiet, and there's a lot to learn right out here. Just open your eyes and let your senses, let all your senses release and open up. Take your time. You're not going to find, you know, discoveries are made all the time, but it's not going to happen overnight. You got to be consistent. So let's go out here and explore. To me, this is an area that looks very squatchy. This is also an area I like to observe from the distance. That's why I pull out the camcorder right now. Right now, just to the visible eye, I'm not seeing nothing. But it doesn't mean that there is nothing here. That's why when you're in an area that you know it's thick and kind of dark because of the structure of the trees here. We got a lot of pines in here. Pines in a wooded area like this kind of produces natural hiding. Something like a squatch being a dark figure, dark hair. Even with bears and other wildlife, these are particular areas that a lot of wildlife will blend in naturally. We may not see them from a simple observation, but let's scan this area. Now I'm in an area where I've been in often, quite often before. And right here, directly right behind me, starts going up to the ridge. There's been some very awesome structures I found here in the past. Right now, this time of year, it's still very much grown in right now. Here we are, we're in October 2018. And this whole area is really well grown in right now. A lot of the leaves are still green. Very few started changing. Like as far as the hunting season around here, I do believe the rut may extend a little later or start later than it normally has, because, you know, we're just now starting to get the cold weather. But as far as this area being so grown in right now, we're going to be careful and take our time. There's all game trails all through here, so we're going to take our time. And if I'm being quiet, it's for a reason. So we're going to work our way through all this thick brush. And we're going to go check out a few things, because I see a few things that look very new around here. So this massive tree bend over here that's broke at the top, which I'll show you shortly. So let's go take a look on this bridge right here. You see right there where it's been broke. Look at that there, that branch that's off of that tree is broke and bent, twisted around. Yeah, that break is around 9 feet tall. We got what appears to be an X. We've got another break right there, right in front of us. So, yeah, we're gonna go explore. We're gonna go check these out. Well, this one here, I believe this is one I'm very familiar with, but we're gonna get a closer look. A lot of these dark spots that you see in videos these days, a lot of people like to call them Bigfoots or peakers. If you take the time, if you've got good equipment, you don't have to have really expensive equipment. But ladies and gentlemen, all they are usually shadows, or you zoom in enough, they're parts of other trees or stumps. But this general location is very heavily you know, known for a lot of natural tree fall, but yet there's been activity. We've had, between where I just started from, the camp, the one camp spot, to my main camp spot, we've had activity here. There's been sightings and a lot of tracks, you know, that's happened all in this area. I don't dismiss anything that looks unnatural. I don't dismiss it, because a lot of this is natural. But I'm finding some things that I believe that are otherwise not natural. A lot of it, some of these pushed over trees, uprooted trees, between weather and some of the bears. This area's had a lot of bears in this area here. And I know on the camera you can't really tell, but in person it's pretty dark up through here because a lot of this has a lot of pines, very few hardwood, very little hardwood in this area. A lot of this is pine. There's some random dogwood trees up through here. So but we're gonna keep exploring. I'm gonna take a lot of photos with my phone. A lot of the photos you may not see on the video are on Facebook. I try to share them elsewhere if all possible, but I like this tree break right here. One we're looking about 8, almost 9 feet up. But what's interesting about this one here, this tree break is going between the fork of another standing tree next to it. And stabbed in the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not natural. That is pretty cool, man. I find that very interesting because got another one right behind it here, behind me actually. Here's the other one, and it's doing the same exact thing. This tree break right here is going, it's forked and broke into the other tree that's standing right next to it. And right here, stabbed in the ground, going underneath another tree. A fallen tree. These are the things I find severely interesting. Time to keep exploring. Take a close look right here. Look at that break right there. But take a look at the side of the tree right here. Now, not every bear sign is going to be obvious, but this is one of the few that it's actually pretty obvious. This is the work of a bear. Let's get a different angle. Alright, see? Different angle. Look at there. This is the work of a bear. Now, not every bear break is going to be obvious to what broke it. You cannot rule out bears, ladies and gentlemen. With tree breaks, you cannot rule out weather, cannot rule out humans, and you cannot rule out wildlife. That's a true fact. So far, I'm not finding my trail cameras. Somebody found them, and damn it, man. This sucks. Somebody's been way back here. Somebody found my trail cameras and took them. Talking about disrespectful. Trail cameras are nowhere to be found. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
well. The nerve of some people. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm not a happy camper. I came all the way back here just to find them missing. Just to find them missing. Yep. Came all the way back here just to find them missing. I'd rather them take the SD cards and leave my cameras. But now